Welcome to our program today. My name is Larissa Disler. I'm the Adult Services Librarian at the Galena Public Library, and I'm here today with Diane Gallagher and Hendrica Regez, who are going to talk to you about the county board here in Joe Davis County. So thank you very much, and I will let Diane and Hendrica take over.
Hi, Diane, come here. We're going to do a quick introduction and then we'll get started on our presentation. Let me go first and introduce myself. I'm Hendrica Regez and I lived in Galena for 7 years now. I've been involved in many community advocacy programs. Larissa knows all about that. It's like the Galena Green Team, Galena Country Green Designation Committee, Earth Day Fest, electric vehicle shows, and Ride the Rail. I'm also known as the Compost Lady, and you may have seen me talk before. I'm from Germany, that's where my accent comes from, and my background is in engineering. My main focus is on the environment and climate change and how to balance those needs with the economic growth that we need to prosper. That's the reason I decided to run for county board. And the way it happened is I ran unopposed for the county board District 5 seat as an independent in the 2018 general election, took over Randy Jobkins' seat, who's a Democrat, and he wanted to retire. I'm now the Vice Chair of Information and Technology Committee, the Ad Hoc County Park Committee. I'm a member of the Legislative Committee, the Social and Environmental Committee, the 708 Mental Health Board, the Joe Carroll Joint Solid Waste Agency, and the Ad Hoc Economic Development Committee. And I'm the county liaison for the passenger rail feasibility study that is underway right now. So Diane.
You can tell she's a busy woman. Well, I'm Diane Gallagher, and it's a pleasure to be with you today. I've lived outside of East Dubuque, Illinois, in Joe Davis County for the last 43 years. Not originally from here, but love the county, just like you. Served on many local county boards, housing, tourism, and on the local school board and community college boards. Since the spring of 2019, I was appointed by the county chairperson at the time to serve as the county representative to District 1. This has led to my positions on various committees of the board, the Development and Planning Committee I chair, the Executive Committee, Legislative, and Finance, as well as a representative to Northwest Illinois Economic Development, the Black Hawk Hills Regional Council, the TIF District, and Joe Carroll Enterprise Zone. Becoming an informed citizen has always been my goal. I've been a long-term member of League of Women Voters in Iowa and now in Illinois.
Thank you, Diane. Talk about being busy. So next I'm just going to tell you quickly what to expect. We'll start with a quick overview of our county, then we'll watch a short video about what county government does. We'll go over how to find your board representative, the elections, and what the duties of the board members are. This presentation is just a brief intro, and if you're interested in running, we'll be happy to work with you anytime. So some facts, Diane.
Well, before I start with my facts, I just want to let you know that what we're sharing is what we've learned as individuals, but we're not really the official spokespersons for the county, and we're not designated by the county. We encourage you to explore the many printed documents that the county has available, the website information, and contact our county chairperson, Don Hill, for any other official information. We are also happy to research any questions that you may have, and we posted our contact information at the end of this presentation. Our facts, we don't really have any major industries or major cities, but we are very proud of agriculture and tourism. There's a lot of history here. We know we all love the beautiful scenery of our Driftless area. That's what people have come for, visited, and hopefully stayed. One of our goals on the county board is finding ways to encourage younger people to come here, to stay here, and maybe even open a business.
Yeah, so some more background here. Here's a look at our 2019 economic scorecard. The new one should be coming out soon, and it'll probably show a lot more job losses, just like the rest of the country, because of the pandemic we just went through. And this card tells us that most new jobs were created in other services such as personal care or pet care, basically jobs that can be done from home. That's really a growing industry now. Construction has also seen a gain. Most jobs were lost in the hospitality industry, and that's to be expected with the pandemic. Keeping an eye on trends can be helpful when you're looking at issues concerning our county government. You can also look at the census data for population, housing, and income statistics. According to them, our county's poverty rate is 9.3%, which is better than Illinois rate of 11.5% and the national rate of 20.5%. So we're doing pretty good, actually. And
Here's a shout out to our county fair, one of the many outdoor events that we have in the county. This year it runs from August 5th to August 8th. They'll have all the usual county fair attractions, and it's always interesting to see the animals and the works of art and the craftsmanship that's produced in our county. There will even be a vendor show on Sunday. So August 8th is the vendor show, but we hope to see you at the county fair.
yeah. Our county operates under the township form of government, which with the county board as the governing body. Every year, the county board makes a budget for the county funds and determines the tax levy based on that. Those are your property taxes. Budget sessions for the 2022 session will begin soon now, in June, I believe. We also adopt rules and ordinances as needed. For example, during the pandemic, we had to adopt an emergency disaster declaration every month so that we could qualify for relief funding. And Diane, gonna introduce the little movie we're going to play.
We are a member of the national organization that combines all the counties in the United States. The organization is called NACO, National Organization of Counties.
Okay, I wanted to show you this. This is your most important resource if you want to learn about county government. At joedavis.org is the website of our county, and all the important notices are on the front page. You can also see the budget and press releases and anything else that's going on in the county. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, as Diane just said, the calendar is over here on the bottom. You want to see the link or agenda for a meeting. You click on the meeting and there you'll see the link. You can get to the agenda as a PDF. The other important thing is up here, the tabs, which will get you to any place you want to look up, like you want to see who your county board chair is, or you want to read some codes, ordinances. Let's not do that right now, but you can also pay your bills here. There's some links for economic development. It's a really useful website.
Yes, after seeing what is available on the website, you can understand our large county, over 600 square miles, needs good internet access. Our map is showing the districts within the county. Every 10 years, redistricting must be done to provide equal representation. And it's based on the latest census data. As required by state law, the process must be finished by July 31st. But this year, the census data will not be available until sometime in the fall. This meant that the Joe Davis County Board still had to report their districts by July 31st. So they've decided to retain the 17 districts and keep the current district borders. There, you'll see the townships are represented equally. The districts are drawn by the GIS department, the Geographic Information System, using criteria set by Illinois law. That is to follow precinct lines, be compact, and have as close as possible the same number of voters and residents in each district. The county is within 5% of the population variance. The state allows us up to 10% variance.
Interesting. So this is the list of our county board members from our website. Our county board's mission is to improve Joe Davis County residents' quality of life by providing cost-effective public services while fostering economic health, regional cooperation, and stewardship of community assets. To find your county board member, look on your voter registration card, find your county, that tells you what your county district is. Then you go to the county website and look for board members under the county board tab. If a seat becomes vacant, for any reason, the county board chair can nominate a candidate. The county board then approves the nomination. Let the county board chair know if you're interested in filling a vacant seat.
The county elects representatives at the general election. This year it's held November 8th. There is a change though with this year because these candidates at the general election are chosen earlier during a June 28th primary election. Normally this is held in March, but this year, June 28th will be the primary. This means that potential candidates may pick up nominating petitions from the county clerk's office at the courthouse and begin circulating them on January 14th. The candidate must have lived in the county for 1 year. A list of registered voters for the particular district is available from the county clerk's office to assist in getting any signatures. The specific number of signatures that would be required is based upon the percentage of voters that participated in the last election. Maybe not as many as you might think. The nomination petitions must be filed between March 7th and the 14th in 2022. There are some specific rules for filing and guidelines for any independent candidates that are different. So that's posted on the State Board of Elections website. Just look for Candidates Guide. There are other positions besides county board representatives that are elected. The county clerk, county treasurer, the sheriff, the state's attorney, judge, and clerk of court.
Okay, the county board meetings. This is where we spend most of our time together. The whole county board has meetings, and so does every committee. County board members get a packet before the meeting. It has all the background information and documents that will be discussed at the meeting. One of the duties members have is to read the packet and prepare questions so they can decide how to vote on the agenda items. Board members receive a per diem for each day they attend one or more meetings of the full board or committee that they serve on. The agenda is linked to the meeting notice on the county website calendar that I showed you before. So it is available to the public. It has to be posted 48 hours prior to a meeting, but it can still be updated later on.
That there has been many committee meetings that have been held regardless of COVID because we've been using digital methods of Zoom. The many committees that you see here also receive a packet before each meeting. The members of these committees are appointed by the chairperson to any of the 8 specific committees. They preview the issues and then make recommendations to the full board. As you can see, the executive committee chairs of all the other committees. Law enforcement looks after court buildings, county buildings, and the sheriff's department and the court operations. Social environmental oversees the health department, the 708 mental health board. The legislative committee monitors Illinois legislation affecting county government, and they do suggest new bills for the state legislators. The development and planning committee, my favorite, looks after planning, zoning, economic development, and comprehensive planning, and reviews with input from other groups such as the Northwest Illinois Economic Development, the Enterprise Zones, and the LRA, which is the Local Redevelopment Authority. Now, the Public Works Committee looks after our roads and bridges and has reports from the Highway Commissioner. It's nice to know that we have all of our county roads hard surfaced. The Information, Communications, and Technology Committee looks after our internet security, the county website, the geographic information system, and of course, finance, tax, and budget. We all understand that managing money is important, and they do a good job with that. They recommend expenses and revenue. Our zoning board is one of the other boards that serves a purpose to look at details, and it's composed of 5 members and 2 alternates. We have a building code of appeals board that uses a national standard for building regulations, and there are often committees created as an ad hoc to include participants that are not board members to deal with specific topics.
Okay. Now, the annual budget, the thing that it's all about. The county budget is also found on the website, and I encourage you to spend some time with it. Read through it, and if you have any questions, contact the county administrator. The numbers are based on department projections. The estimates are conservative, and every expense is justified. The budget is somewhat flexible because if needed, we can transfer funds from one fund to another. There's a contingency fund for unexpected expenses. This budget doesn't include the pandemic aid or stimulus funding, so the actual revenues are going to be different. General fund.
The general fund is the largest fund. It gives the legal authority from the state, Chapter 55, County's Code, to spend monies for particular programs. Because the county uses target-based budgeting process and an accrual method of accounting, the 28 expense items in the general fund are carefully scrutinized. As budgeting begins now in June and finishes in November, most items are mandated, such as employee expenses and benefits. There's public safety expenses that account for over 30% of our expenditures. The county website does display the current fiscal year 21 budget. This shows the total revenue target expenses, which cover public safety, public works, public health costs, and also the revenues from property taxes, typically around 32%. Revenues from state and federal, our grants, are about 33%. This year, expenses are projected about $8.9 million. This is a decrease of $105,000.
Okay. We have 59 special revenue funds, and the biggest ones are cover the costs for the highway department, the health department, tourism promotion, and the GIS department. The budget on the county website shows revenues for 2021 are projected at $4.7 million. That's a slight increase from the year before due to the new motor fuel tax. Expenses are estimated at 5.3 million. It's also an increase to the motor fuel tax that we had.
Another chart that you'll find on our website is where the property tax money goes. The taxes that are collected by the county treasurer are dispensed by approximately 110 taxing bodies within Joe Davis County. Schools and their expenses make up about 65% of this amount. A tax bill may list the park district, township, and library specifically. Monies are used for items that we see, like communication towers and parks, but also to things we don't see, like digital security, 9/11 communication, transit, and business incentives.
County codes and ordinances makes for good bedtime reading. On the county website, you can find also find the County Comprehensive Economic Development Plan, which determines the direction our county is developing in, and the Greenways and Trails Plan. Both of these needed to be updated, and Diane is involved in making plans for that. Something to keep in mind when proposing changes is that our county does not have home rule. The state's constitution grants counties with home rule the ability to pass laws to govern themselves as they see fit. The majority of Illinois counties do not have home rule. That means that we have to follow the state rules for everything to be lawful. Oh.
We hope you've enjoyed this brief overview of the county. Much of the information you'll find in the free book at the county clerk's office. More planning is on the way with our Greenways and Trail update. That late night reading, just be sure you look at the budget. Thank you very much for the Galena Library to host us. Thank you very much for Larissa and Hendrica. You've been a good participant.
And the viewers.
Viewers.
Thank you to the viewers. And I just want to say, we hope everyone will get more involved and maybe even take a turn at being on the county board. It really helps you understand the county services and why things work the way they do. So if you have any questions later, please feel free to send us an email. We listed our email addresses here, and now it's time to ask questions. Thanks again.
All aboard the
All
county
aboard the county
board.
board, yeah. We should have. How about we answer this one? How many counties are in Illinois? Yes.
102.
102 counties, yep. And how is the chairperson chosen and how long is the term?
Our county board selects its own chairperson, and that person serves for a period of 2 years.
Okay. We kind of touched on this, but here it is again. When a board position becomes open between elections, how are they filled and what is the length of term?
The county chairperson seeks a candidate that would be in the same political party as the previous representative, and then submits that name for approval to the county board. They serve until the next election.
Do you want to read one?
Sure. Does the county have any unions? 3.
Union employees. There are 3 unions.
The unions do include law enforcement people and maintenance people.
Okay.
When is county government month? We've got to do something for that one.
Okay, so it's in April, and we usually have high school classes coming through the county building. They get a tour even of the jail. And we plan on having some program for them there too. And maybe even open it up to the public.
A good way to find out information about the county is to ask.
Yeah.
And one thing you know, Freedom of Information Act has allowed a lot of information to be available to you. So just let us know. If you have a question, we'll research it. Thank you.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us.